Hello and welcome to the last live stream for this Lego set, because we are going to be building this, then it's going to get placed, and then we're going to be moving on to the Ninjago Gardens. Now, if you are watching this on the replay, please remember to like this video and leave a comment in the comment section with regards to today's poll. Are you getting anything in the double points or not? Simple as that. Yes, no, still not decided. That is your three options. Now, what we are also going to be covering in today's live stream, as it is the last day of the double points, and as the notifications go out for this live stream before I build this up and obviously get it placed, we will see exactly what is still available, because I have already seen that in the UK, that the 8080 website on the 8080 is no longer, when I say no longer, it's gone back to temporary out of stock. So it came back in, then it's disappeared again. And now it might be a struggle to get this for Christmas, because this was pushed to mid-November when it came back in, because it was available for back order again. And now it just says temporary out of stock. So we are going to be checking and hunting down some other little bits and pieces that have gone in between doing little bits and pieces on this, because this is not the biggest of things. It's only 236 pieces. So we should be able to get it through and done quick enough. Good evening to everybody. Good afternoon, evening to everybody that is in the comments and watching in the background. And of course, like I said, the live poll is running at the moment, where we have all sorts of little bits and pieces again to cover. So it should be easy enough, but we are at 100% for no. And I will be adding to that as well, because I am a no as well. So I think we're going to, within 2 minutes, we're going to have 3 no's in the poll. So that's just as notifications go out. And yo. I see now Cornerstone. I can do this. Look. So here he is. Cornerstone Kid is here. Yo to you. Hopefully you are good. So I can now get people's comments back on the screen using this software, which is good. So yes, this is temporary out of stock. It'll be interesting to see what else is gone and on the chopping block. But what we will be covering is obviously the sale bits and pieces, because today is the last lot of double points. And obviously we've got, well, there was quite a few things in the sale that were there or thereabouts going. I know we know some of the Ninjago stuff has gone, but when we looked at this yesterday, it was all still had to bag. Nothing was on back order. Nothing. No. So like the whole first page, you're looking okay. So we'll just fly through this. Second page, nothing. Which I'm quite surprised about. So are people waiting for the Black Friday sale? Because I think that's been a good topic of conversation for a little while with regards to these bits and pieces going on. And yeah, this is it. This is all that's available from the UK website. And I could look on the American website as well, because they had a huge difference for different bits and pieces compared to the UK. But yeah, with regards to the stuff that's actually in the sale, there's not so much. But if we go into, for example, let's have a into the bits like Marvel, because it's not even in their retiring list. Daily Bugler's out of stock. It's not sold out. Or has it? It just said it just says temporary out of stock, so that's all right. So that went within a heartbeat, and that is the only thing that is on the list. Oh no, on the helicarrier, is that gone? Yes. So the helicarrier is gone. That's it. That's done. You will not now be able to buy this on the Lego website ever again. So if you want it, get yourself to your local Lego store, because we are at that period now of where they are just cutting stuff from their catalogue. And that's, I think, the first casualty from Marvel. We know Ninjago obviously has a couple of bits and pieces sold out as well. Probably should have gone from highest to lowest, because let's do that. Let's go high to low, because I don't think anything really on the first page, even the stuff that's in the sale. That didn't take long. Oh, that's only temporary. So that's the 4+. See, I'm quite surprised why, if it's retiring and they've run out of stock, it just says temporary out of stock. Wouldn't it have just said sold out? Why are they bringing it back in for one more hurrah? Wouldn't they have just let the date get longer and longer and longer? Because I know in America it goes up to 60 days. But yeah, not 100% sure. Not 100% sure what's going on with all of that. So there's Rockets, Warbird and Ronin. Is that gone? Yep. So now you're only going to be able to get that in the UK. You're only going to be able to get that from, say, for example, somewhere like Smith's or Argos or places like that. So yeah, there's a fair few of the Marvel bits and pieces that have gone. Obviously, some of the minifigures are great. These have been out a little while, but as we know, with regards to how Lego like to cull things, they cull very heavily the movie specific stuff. So I would imagine that it's been out a while. That'll be gone. Ninjago, which now is available on Netflix, by the way, everybody. So if you didn't realize if you don't have ITVX for whatever reason, it is on Netflix as well. So you can watch that. I did see that. I think that might have got added yesterday. So the one that is, I think this is a big question for a lot of people today. Are people going to be getting this today, or are they going to go and get it in the Black Friday? Because I would imagine this will be the one that will be in a big sale, because the Ninjago Gardens was. So it wouldn't surprise me if this will be in a big sale potentially. But you just have to wait and see, because obviously, well, I don't want to say do it, don't do it, whatever else like that, because, well, if it was on back order now or sold out now, if it was temporary out of stock now, I think you might have been in a better way of being able to get it in the sale, because I think this went on back order as well, like the Lion Knights Castle. But the fact that I think everybody might just be waiting now, it is going to be a race at midnight, I think, on the Black Friday, because this is going to go into, there's going to be stuff that's in the sale. How is it going to work? But as we're coming down, the Dragon of Motion isn't retiring, so that doesn't matter. This, I think, because was this one in a sale, or was it just because it's on double point? The Dragon's huge, but this will be coming back in stock, so that's not something to worry about. It's not on the chopping block, it's not on the retiring list, but obviously some of the Ninjago stuff does sell very, very well. The Dragonstone Shrine, gone. Say goodbye to that. That is completely out of stock as well. That is just a case of, well, if you missed out, you missed out, and you're in trouble, basically. So you're now gonna, in the UK, you are going to struggle to pick this one up. It is a really nice looking set. I mean, it's got 1,212 pieces as well, and it was in sales in other places. So of course, you could do bits and pieces, get other bits and pieces, should I say, with it for a cheaper price. A lot of this, I don't think is retiring, but that one is. So we know that Trigglebricks has picked this one up, and we'll be building this one sooner rather than later, but that is still available. This one I was quite surprised that is going when the other one isn't. So if you are thinking of getting the bigger Ninjago set and you want the addition to go with it, then you're going to have to pick that one up now and get the other one next year, because one's retiring, one's not. So yeah, that's quite an interesting thing. All of these have gone. Now, I don't know when these went. I don't know if all of these were literally gone when it went into double points, or they've been on the website for ages, but it did not take long for that to go. And it seems to be basically all the stuff that you get from the Legoland parks have disappeared for Ninjago. So it's an interesting way of them doing bits and pieces. He says with the sword still available, but again, this one's gone. This has been a good while. So temporary. Very bizarre how some are temporary and some are on the chopping block, gone completely. Now, what is the other ones that weren't popping up? Because they've taken off the retiring. Oh, they haven't. It's back. I was going to say they're retiring soon. So we go back up to high to low. Just scroll through these very, very quickly. Now, this is where you need to think to yourself, well, is the Lion Knights Castle? What's it doing? What do you reckon? You're still fine. Might change by midnight tonight, because people might panic, because people are coming back in from work. This is the last night, but I'm quite surprised that a lot of these are okay. So did people get a lot of these in the last double points? I don't know, but there's topic for conversation this evening as we go through. Like I said, people just be sort of coming back in from work in the UK and all the little bits and pieces like that. It's cold, horrible, wet, and windy. But that is the other one going. Obviously, the Ghost is going as well, which is a good size. The gunship is Viking Village is still available, but that's also going. The big boat from Harry Potter from the last castle, not the current castle, is on its way out. The station, again, other castle, not this castle. all of the stuff from Series 1, I do believe, for the Ninjago is retiring then. So that is the Shadow Dojo, which you see in Series 1. All of the MCU bits and pieces. We know what's going on with that crane. We saw Lego Group. We saw. And again, with regards to the Winter Village things, I'm surprised that they're going, to be honest, let alone in the, because we've got 1, maybe 2 Winter Village stuff left. So are we going to have now, are we going to get the train in the train station, and then we'll get new modulars after that? But what I will do is we'll get a couple more pages in, just see if anything comes out, because again, the skiff's still there, the other Star Wars bits and pieces, the space stuff still there. There's lots of bits and pieces that are still available. So I am quite surprised that there is all of these bits and pieces that are still there. So again, if you're watching this back on the replay, or you are just watching this in the background, let us know what you're going to do. Are you going to get anything today? Are you just going to wait and see, or are you just going to bother? Because I would have thought by now. There we go. So there's 1. So that's technically the smaller UCS 1. 28th of October. This is on back order too. So that's only on back order for 8 days. And obviously it'll be in, but this is potentially one of those that will be sold out before Christmas. The Batmobile and things like that, I've seen that in sales elsewhere as well. So again, when that's gone in the local toy shops, that's gone and done. Even at 30% off, that's still not on back order or sold out. It's worth it at that price. The minifigures are fantastic, and it is an impressive looking thing. It's just big pieces. This, on the other hand, I haven't got a clue what that's like. This is impressive, built up as well. But the problem is with some of the Lego City stuff, they go into a big sale elsewhere, so you don't really want to be paying full price on the website. But of course, you are getting double points today, which does make a big difference. So yeah, there's a tournament 1. There's the ramp. We have got Flying Away, and Paris is on back order. So again, 28th of October for that. Because it did seem to be, when I did this almost like in its first day, I was quite surprised that they all got given the same day of the back order. So the Sanctus Stone and the Christmas tree is still available. We're coming into still the older castle. None of that is going 2025 because it's not complete yet. So I would imagine it'll be all right until 2026. So yeah, what's that page? Page number 10. So I am amazed actually by how little is back order and sold out. That is a surprise. Right, so we're on page 10. So what I'll do, we'll get this open. We'll have a quick look at the instructions, box artwork, and all that kind of nonsense, and then we'll go back and carry on later on with all those bits and pieces, because we've done the first part of the video on it, and I'll come back at the end. But yeah, this is this. So this is set number 7549. Teeny tiny little thing. We'll basically see what it's like and what it does. Because I don't know how many bags or anything. So we are at teeny tiny little booklet, tiny. Yeah, no hidden surprises in there. But like I said, we'll get this done. Or what I might do is just quickly build bag number 1, and then we'll carry on looking at the stuff that's in the sale and jump back, because I am again amazed with just what is still available. I can't quite get the fact that there is so many things. I mean, even the Batman 81 Brickhead's still there, especially with all the heavy Batman bits and pieces that are going. So yeah, we will continue looking at that in a little bit. So get this done, and then we'll probably go live again Thursday, and we will see what we're going to be doing next, because I think it's going to be the Ninjago. The Ninjago set is going to be next, so I've got to set all of that up. I can't see that happening tomorrow because I've got to basically make a bit of space up here before the next live. So yeah, we'll go live again on Thursday, I would imagine. If not Thursday, it'll be Friday. So yeah, we will see. So compared to the big booklet, this is not going to take up any space whatsoever, because that's the booklets that we've been using and doing for this massive thing. And of course, we will be trying to add in, if we get time, so many figures on this. If not, that'll just happen whenever it happens. So the first thing you see is a really nice printed, well, multiple printed boxes. Right, so they've given me a full sticker sheet for stuff, and now we come into what's supposed to be a giveaway, and it has got, shocking, that is shocking. So we've got a couple more troopers, and obviously there's space for them in the set. They've already pre-thought of the space needed for the giveaway, so these two can just be launched straight in. So you do get three minifigures with this, I think you get. He says, and then of course you got the different skin tones, male, female, and then yeah. So we've had plenty of those already. Triple Bricks, hello. I'm not too sure when you were here, but I've just gone through quite a lot of bits and pieces. I'll go back over them as well. All the stuff that's still available, sold out, and all that kind of thing on the Lego website. And the only, not so much of a surprise, I guess it's a surprise, is the Gingerbread 8080 is now out of stock again. So that seems to be a really big seller, especially at this point when it is all on double points. But I suppose the big question that everybody is going to ask you is, what are you going to do with regards to your idea for getting stuff? Have you made your decision or not? What, the duck is back. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. So what are you going to be doing? What are you going to be doing? That is the question, because I'll get this bag done, which isn't going to take very long, go back over some more bits and pieces, and then we'll try and find some stuff that's sold out. There's no new news yet. I think that's all going to maybe start. I've got a very funny feeling literally tomorrow we're going to have breaking news of different bits and pieces. So yeah, I'm not too sure when the next live will be. It will be this week, but I don't know if it will be I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. It might be on the Thursday, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But Monday always seems to be a good fruity one, so it beat us well the other Monday, and people were jumping in after getting back in from work. But I think it was last Monday with the announcements of the fact that the Speed Champions car. Am I getting that wrong? Decision has not yet been made. Well, I can help you with that, sir. So we are, where are we? We've just got to remember where we're at. So we are on page 11. We'll jump back to page 11 in a second. So as it stands at the moment, they're both still available. So the Line Knights and this is still available. So, and you're fine, I think, because it's not going to sell out tonight now. So you don't have to worry about that. But do you think it's better going for it on Black Friday or not? That's the key. That is the key thing. Because I don't think Jay's toy collection has got anything on this round of double points, because he got enough from Brickman coming in, and he's got deliveries for about. He's got enough deliveries for everybody on this live stream, I would imagine. So I don't think he's got anything. But yeah, you guys have to let me know what you're going to be doing. And so we've got basically a yes and no on the poll so far. A lot of no's, a couple of yeses. So if you have got anything, let us know what it is, and I can obviously type that up on the screen, and we can see. And if you are unsure about anything, then we can obviously have a look-see on that. I can't quite understand why they've given me two really nice printed boxes when I had to put all of those stickers on the rest of this set. That is just nasty and painful. Appreciate it. It's like a reward. If I built this first, I'd been thrown into a false sense of security, I think. Two of those. Oh, this is it. What the hell is it? Oh, it's the little shuttley thing. Oh, right. So they've left space on. Of course they have. They have left space for the whole of this giveaway, haven't they? That's what they've done. I see. So yeah, whatever it is you guys and girls might be thinking of doing, let me know. I'll ping it up on the screen. We can think if it's going to go into the sale, if it's going to go. But don't forget. Now, I suppose this is the other thing, key thing to remember. Is this the last? I potentially think that this might be the last double points of the year on license IP stuff. Because if I remember rightly, last year, it was just their own bits and bobs on the Black Friday, wasn't it? Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense. Lion Knight's Castle has been cut from the list. The list can only be so big. I will let everybody read that because they can now, which is great. And then, so I've written off the Lion Knight's Castle, just wanting City Markets, Enterprise, and Goonies for now. But the Black Friday, etc., could throw a spanner or two into the works. So, what happens if the Lion Knight's Castle is in the Black Friday sale? I suppose that's the question for you. Or are you just going to see? Because what happens? I know it's the Lion Knights and the Ninjago will go back into double points, I would imagine, for Black Friday. It might just be their own stuff because they can give better sales on it. I am sure, if anybody can remember how it worked last year, for the Black Friday, it was high double points and stuff on sale, but it was all on their own. For the double points, it was just Lego's own licenses, so Ninjago, Friends, City, that kind of thing. I cannot remember what the rest of it was. So yeah, I don't know. So if you guys and girls can remember, then please let me know. But this is a very, very, very. I think this is the hanger. This is the little hanging bit that's been made up. Yeah, we'll get this one done, and then we'll go back through the rest of the sales. I'm going to forget what page we're on, because we're on page 11 at the moment. Carry on tucking through all of that, and then we'll jump back to this bit. Get this done, tick it off. Yes, I need to film bits and pieces for this set. But who knows? Might be going live tomorrow. So if there's a lot of new Lego news tomorrow, or the Goonies come out and things like that, then we might be talking about that live rather than doing a build video. But when is this going to happen? Will they do it on a Tuesday? They've got a tendency. I was going to say normally they've got a tendency to do stuff on a Wednesday, but we're moving on now, aren't we? We're moving on with the month. They're running out of time if the set's going to come out. Hey, Rocco. They're moving with regards to that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I do not know. This is quite a big thing. Yes. And that is what that's starting to look like. Actually, it's got some method to the madness. I don't think that's right. No, it's not right. Of course it's not right. Is it short to long? Can't actually guess it's short to long. That looks more realistic, so we'll go for that and just hope for the best. So even if the Lion Knight's Castle goes on sale, we've heard it here. I'm just going to leave that up on the screen. So the Lion Knight's Castle is a goner. So this is what you are going to be saying goodbye to. So you are going to be saying goodbye to. Pop up. Why did you do that? Yeah, this. you are going to be saying goodbye to a toilet that comes out the side of the building. Because even in the photos, where's the back of the box? Yeah, there's the toilet, isn't it? And you drop the poop straight out the front. They love that kind of thing on these things. Very bizarre. Big thing now. You can see it's 17.5 inches by 14.5, so it's got some. It is chunky, but the Bricklink stuff is great as well. So if you ever just wanted a castle as a representation in your collection, you could always get a castle from Bricklink instead. But I'm committed to my top 3. So you heard it here first. On the 20th of October, Tricklebricks has decided that he's writing off the Lion Knights Castle. It will stay on the shelf in about 35-ish days' time, because he wants all of this. City Markets, Enterprise, and Goonies, which makes sense. So are you then, because you want those 3 so close together, are you going to wait for the sale? Yes. Mr. Lego King is in the chat. Good evening to Lego King. How are we, sir? Hopefully you are good. Lego King had the original castle, which I do believe was the bright yellow one, wasn't it? I think. Can't search for that one now because it's a too long a search. But this is going to be the next set. They're not going to have anything Star Trek related, are they? Still just teasing us. There's nothing to that. Have they put a tease up for the Goonies yet? No, nothing. So is it all going to change tomorrow? Is it all going to change tomorrow? We will see. We will see. So yeah, I'll keep jumping on there. This is just a teeny tiny little build just to finish everything off. And then, like I said, we will figure out what the plan of attack is for tomorrow. You got a long upload tomorrow coming. So maybe might not be a live stream, but who knows? Who knows? Right, 2 of these. And a little red. Okay. There's more Technic pieces involved in this hangar, I think, than the actual Death Star itself. Right, hang on. We've got commitment now. So 1986. Oh, it's the Grey Lion Knights Castle. Was that? I didn't think the Grey Castle was the original, though, was it? Ooh. Maybe it was. Yeah, because that was 6. The one that Lego King's talking about is 6080. And then you've got the vintage Lego Castle. Oh no, see, Lego King, yours isn't. No, yours is from 86. The original one's from 1979. So yours is you're still a spring chicken with all of that kind of thing. You've got nothing to worry about. So I'm gonna have to find these images and show you. So we like a little bit of deep diving. So we will find the 1986 castle first. 1986 Lego Castle. Anything just to get away from doing these. Is it going to? Would it come up in Bricklink? Rebrickable? Just give me something I can share. Give me something I can share. That's the one. No. Got everything that comes with it, but not that set. All right, still looking. There's 6067. I'm sorry, it's that one. 6068 is what it is. 6068 is one that Lego King's got. 6068, which is the Lego Systems, I do believe, with the green bit across the bottom, which is this one. I do believe it's this. That is the one that Mr. Lego King has. Still got, but this is not the original, because the yellow one, I think, is the original one. So the yellow one is very expensive now, I think. Because that's what the whole reason of the box artwork was for this one, wasn't it? Yeah, very, very, very expensive. Can I get anything? There we go. Is that going to show me? Yes. Share this tab instead. Good old Bricklink. So that's it. That's the classic one. Just here. There we go. Right. So we'll go back on. Let's have a chit chat. Let's go back up to these bits and pieces. So we have got hoping for a Black Friday sale on the city markets and day one for the Enterprise and Goonies. Oh, that's if I don't pull the trigger tonight. But I already had the giveaways now. Yep. That's it. Decision made, because you'll have a different giveaway at that point then, won't they? Mr. Lego King says he loves this city market. It does look very good. My brother had the original Lego kid as a kid. I think it was the 70s. I think it is this one. Mr. Lego King said he was 8, dropped it. Yeah, so yours is the second version. So this Lion Knight's castle that is retiring this year, the box artwork is a tribute to this castle. I do believe that's why it's yellow, supposedly. I was into Lego space stuff during the 80s, and my brother was older. Yeah, so the Lego stuff from the 80s was all the bright oranges, like the neon translucent orange, the greens, the blues, and all that kind of thing, wasn't it? And now we're just sort of stuck with slabs of grey, which, yeah, is what it is. Right. So they've given me an extra bag of stuff, like they have done all build, and for whatever reason, in this bag of stuff is 2 whips. Surely they would have fitted in the other bag. They must must be made in a different part of the conveyor belt or something. Oh, there we go. I forgot to put something in on one side, but I've done it on the other. So that bit goes to there. It's an interesting use of a whip, by the way. Brewick Brack, not about that. So yes, it's Lego King. So you're gonna have to get your 1986 castle all built up, because you saw the minifigures there. Because those castle minifigures would be pretty cool, I would imagine. Right, I am lost. So we've had no spare pieces, all built. Literally nothing. They've literally given you nothing whatsoever. They've given you a spare printer piece, 2 spare pins, and a spare bit for the front in case it falls off. So I've got 4 or 5 spare pieces here. I got no more than 3 spare bits if I was lucky, and a lot of the bags didn't have a single spare bit whatsoever. So, and then there, start on bag number 2, which each one of these has a weapon. They are identical as well, so it's nice to get some more minifigures. But I wonder if they just do a minifigure pack for this, maybe. Who knows? Right, let's double check the poll. Strong no. It could be a landslide for no. We've got a lot of votes in. Thank you to everybody that's liked the video as well, because I keep saying it massively helps the algorithm. So thank you very much indeed. But yeah, it's just a swift no for that. But yeah, with regards to the yellow castle, I'll put that back up. share that back with everybody. I think it's a nice looking thing. I think it's a nice looking thing. It's, yeah. I mean, obviously you can see how it's evolved from all the way through here, but this is just on a 32 by 32 base plate, whereas the one that Lego King's got is on the, it was at the time where they started to do the, almost like the injection molds for the base plate. So, and if you can remember Rock Raiders and things like that, they went to town on those sorts of base plates because they were all very big and very different. Right, we have got a pilot, I think. We have got a pilot. Yep. Just no smaller bag. So the minifigures as well. They're okay. Massive helmet. Take that as you will, but big old thing. Big old thing. So if Mr. Lego King is in the background, I have done a little bit of research for you, and also I'll just have a look somewhere else as well. So Daily Bugle at the moment is still in stock and it's still available for delivery on click and collect. So it's basically full volume for that, so you don't have to worry at all. But as we know, it is currently temporary out of stock on the Lego website, but you will be fine because it will be coming back in. So it just says temporary out of stock at the moment. That will be coming back into play. So we are all thinking that the last hurrah of this set will be the Black Friday. And I think this is, for minifigures, up there with Ninjago, to be fair, because you do get so many different minifigures with this. Have they got a line of them? No, they did randomly. They just started to put the minifigures by themselves. They didn't actually take a group photo. I would have just liked to have shown off. They got the figures on top of the box, which isn't very helpful. So you're going to have to play spot the minifigure, and I'll move it up because there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot of them in there, and you can see you got all the blast effects and everything like that. So there's a lot going on with it. But yeah, if you are a Marvel fan and you are thinking about it or umming about it or whatever else, I think your final option will be the Black Friday, and it will go into a sale. We are reckoning that this will be the sale one. Otherwise, this would have just sold out, and it hasn't. And yeah, we just have to see what is going to be going on with that. So yeah, there's plenty of minifigures in there. I'll scroll back up in a little bit, and then yeah, see what's going to be happening. But this is just, I don't even know what this bit is. If I started to build the actual thing, must have done, surely. Must have done, yeah, probably. Right, to them. It's grey on grey. It's still a bit of a pain. Still a bit of a pain, but nearly done. We are nearly then 100% complete on all of this, and it's just going to be a case of placing minifigures, and we'll be done. Like I said, we'll do a bit of research again on the Lego website, and we'll wrap this series up for the live stream, which has been a joy and a pleasure. And then I'm going to need a good few hours to sort of tidy everything up And then I'm very excited about the Ninjago set. So I will actually be taking a good detailed look at that at the end, and I'm looking forward to building that next. So I'll basically show you what the next thing is that we're going to be doing on the next live stream series, because I would imagine it's going to be very, very nice and colourful. I just don't know if I've been spoilt with the size of the bags for this, for example, and things like that. So I don't know, but there's potential for that to kick off tomorrow. But I think it might be a bit of a push to actually clear this area up and just get this filmed and placed and all that kind of nonsense. So more than likely be Thursday. Like I said, if all of a sudden there's breaking news coming through with regards to the new sets, I think I might just check it all out live, and yeah, we can see. Because if it's going to be Goonies Day tomorrow, it's not just going to be the Goonies that they're going to be announcing. So I feel sorry. I feel sorry if they announce anything else when that set gets announced, because I think it's just going to get swallowed. Like they put the fish tank with the Back to the Future car, and not many people were really talking about the fish tank compared to the Back to the Future car. And film I did actually see yesterday, by the way. I saw all of it. I finished it, and I don't think I'd actually seen it before, which is embarrassing. So, yeah, that's now ticked off. I remember bits of it, but I don't think I've seen it all the way through before. So, I must be getting it mixed up with either the second or the third. So I can now officially say I've seen all of that. But yes, a very interesting size. There seems to be a fair few pieces going down. Yeah, that's the next bit. Stops on 24, bit underneath. Assuming this goes at the front. Bits and pieces going on the outer edge. Right on the outer edge? Maybe. What's this? I've got the window. Huh. Yep. Oh, okay. It's just on by... It's literally on by two studs at the bottom. So I'm assuming if you need to do something with that, maybe. I have no idea. It's looks like it's. I was going to say I knew it was small, but it's definitely a lot smaller than the shuttle that you built. Because I've done both of them back to back. That shuttle, bearing in mind, it had 4 bags. I still can't believe how much detail was in that thing. Yeah, it's completely different scenario to this. He says. Yeah. Yes. So I am intrigued to know for the rest of this week, are we going to get any new announcements? Because we know how it normally works with the Lego website. What have I done with this? I put an extra dish on that shouldn't have been put on. Couldn't quite figure out why did I do that? That's the bit that goes after. There you go. Clip. Then it's that bit. Just stage ahead of myself. And that bit. And that bit. And then this bit goes on the back by 2 studs. So yeah, this thing is teeny tiny. Just enough weight you could launch it at somebody, to be honest. So that is step 34. And again, you've got 2 pieces and a spare weapon. So we got like I said, I think we're gonna have the ratio, I think we're gonna have more spare pieces in this giveaway than we have overall from this whole set, which is quite surprising. Right, let's bring this back up and have a quick look at this before we go into the last bag. So yeah, this is the one that is now obviously temporarily out of stock. Minifigures on here are amazing though. So you've got Carnage, Venom, obviously you've got Spider Pig, you've got Blade, Miles, all of the other bits and pieces you spot out for Daredevil, Mysterio, everybody's there. So there's plenty of them on there. And then it's a big old box, 3,772 pieces, item number 76178. But I will be having a very, very good look at the Ninjago markets at the end of this video, because that is going to be our next live stream. We'll go back into the offers and sales because we were on page 11, weren't we? So we jumped to no retiring list. We're on page 11. So come on. There it is. And then we'll jump to. We go highest to lowest, and then it's page 7. So we got the train. Did anybody pick that train up? Newest, high to low. Did anybody pick the train up? Because obviously the Razor Crest is still available, the Lambo is still available, Disney Castle. I wonder what's going to be coming. Something's also going to be replacing that next year. So we're going to get another big Disney Castle, because it'll be the first time in multiple years that there's not been a big order available. You can see the Lion Castle and then Ninjago City, as we know. But did anybody get this? Or was anybody picking this up for the last chance of double points? The yeses are starting to come in. So it's 42% of yes, 58% of no, which is interesting. So I wonder who got what. But yeah, with regards to this, I did like this. But it's on its own separate track and everything like that. And it's big. It's 46 inches length. So it's 4x5 and then 46. So it's over 4 base plates in length. So it's a massive thing. A lot of people think it might have been overpriced, but the detail on the inside is great. And of course, this was at the genre of toilets, because there is another toilet in this set. Me and Jay were spotting all the loose. You got it pictured? Yes, there it is. Toilet paper. I don't know what the fetish was at that point. And it seems to be this is the year that we're losing 2 working toilets, and there's three losing 3 of the sets. So never mind. What are we going to be getting in replacement? Is there going to be a new theme? Is there going to be a new theme coming? That's the thing. Right. That is 2 bags down. We've got 1 more to go. This is it. This is the final bag of all of this. And then we'll probably be on just for another half an hour, maybe, just sort of messing around with bits and pieces, and we'll be done. To be fair, I could have gone on about half an hour later, but I didn't know how cold it was going to get tonight. So might be finishing up a little bit earlier, and that gives me time to just plan and do things for the next. That is all bag number 3. So it's just the wings. We've got 2 little wings to make up. Looks nice. And there's the 1 spare piece that goes in there. So we've got 2 of those. 2 wings that are going to be done. Oh, yeah, can't go wrong. Cannot go wrong. Those 2. Interesting pattern. So I'm assuming we're going to have to do this twice. That's why it's going to be identical wings. That's why the booklet's so skinny. I think it's 2 wings. We did say times 2, but I'll just do it 1 at a time. And I'm going in parallel. And I can keep this in my hand. This has some size, mine. This is growing quite quickly. You can see the wingspan. See the wingspan on that one. And then I'll back to 6 of those. And then two black ones. Is that it? Oh no, detail. Credit where credit's due. they do know what they are doing with these kind of things. Oh, it keeps going. It keeps going. This actually, in all fairness, is actually a really nice scale. With like that one. Like if I just wonder how big the X-wing would be, because that's obviously bigger than the X-wing, I think, in a play scale. Might be shorter, but it's obviously taller. So I think the X-wing might be okay. I don't know what scale they class this as. I don't know if it's just their own made up scale for this or what. I'm sure somebody at some point, well, we'll find out, won't we? Somebody that knows a lot more than I do can let me know. I think this is the first time that they've used. I think this is the first time that they've used this scale. I think. I'll have a look in a second. I'll have a look because I've now confused myself with what they actually say for the shuttle. Right, that's the inside of the wing. Welcome back. He's back. He was going. Now he's back again. Did you go and order some bits and pieces? That is the question. This is still adding more and more detail on. Good grief, there's a lot of pieces on this. They've literally gone to town on this and just gone, yeah, just going to throw in loads of random, it's all random elements as well. Clever. Very, very clever, because you're getting lots of detail in there. Still going on the back. Feels sturdy enough, though. It's a nice thing. Clever. And that's going to clip onto something, let's be honest. Oh, I don't know whether to share that on the screen or not, but we've had individual showering on the channel. So at least you're fresh and clean. You could gather your thoughts thinking about the Ninjago, that Ninjago set. So yeah, but go all the way back and do that again. There is a lot of pieces on those wings. So if anybody can tell me the scale of this, that would be great. Keep seeing the nose are now shot back off. So we're now going back up to nose for 62 to 38. That is commitment. That is commitment. I appreciate that. Thanking you very much indeed. We've got people coming in from work. We've got people going out to work. It's all sorts of stuff going on. But yeah, I didn't know. To be fair, I didn't know whether to start at 5, half 5. Probably could have started at half 5, to be honest. But like I said, I didn't know how cold it was going to be. This isn't going to take that long because, well, we are literally done. And for the first 15 minutes, I was going through all the stuff that's in the retired list. So at least if anybody needs to recap that, they can just see that at the start of this video and give them an idea of what it is that they actually want. Yeah. I think we are going to be at a very, very busy period soon within the live streams of just talking about new sets. So I still have the builds obviously out, but I can't see. I don't know. I've got to figure out how I'm going to do it, to be honest. I've still got to make the videos up for other people to watch that don't watch the lives. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when it comes. Because what theme do we reckon is going to have the strongest sets for next year? Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. For the Republic. For the Republic. How are we, the Republic? How is everything going? We're nearly there now. This is the very, very last bag of this. All the minifigures are done. Everything's done. It's all done. And it's, yeah, there or thereabouts. Because do we think Star Wars is going to have a strong year next year? Do we think Marvel is? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what way they do go. But it's going to be busy, I think. Well, this is what I thought, yeah. I think so. I am going to Google how many that would involve. Grand Army for the Republic. Let's have a look. Grand Army of the Republic. That's why I don't share the screen straight away. That is not what we were looking for. That was a completely different war, which we won't be going in for that. So I need the Palpatine, and then here we go. Let's do a little quick bit of history. If the pop-up adverts will disappear. Right, so it says 200,000 units are ready, with 1 million on the way. In case you wanted to know the breakdown, so you've got the Grand Army of the Republic, and then you've got all of the other ones. There's a lot. And I'm assuming this is just by, it's by division rank. So massive. There we go. That goes over my head, I'm afraid. We don't know what units mean, but it's probably Legion, which you'll get 600 million troops. Yeah. Any preference on colours, like team colours? Anything that you'd like me to try and add to the Republic? You can let me know. Who would you like to lead them as well? Is there a specific character that you want for that? Because there must be a scene that you want. You could try and because I have now, and actually with this plan, we have created more space for actual diorama stuff within the walkthrough museum. So there will be in sections of the theme park now, well, especially for the Star Wars stuff, where it will actually have almost like an army built kind of feel. So 2 minutes long as a. Right, okay. Yeah, because the Venator holds a ridiculous amount of stuff, doesn't it? They have multiple things. There we go. Apparently, the clones only live to around 40. They're expensive to make, which is why they started using stormtroopers. This is the stuff that I like to learn from you guys. I was very deep into the Clone Wars saga, and then I had to get rid of Disney, so I didn't manage to see all of it yet. So I am churning and chugging along quite nicely with that. It was heavily binged watched, and some of the battles, like for the actual Clone Wars diorama bits, especially what was here, I got quite a few of the different bits and pieces. So yeah, see what unfolds. I don't think I can get 600 million minifigures. I don't think they would quite fit. We could get a strong. What would be realistically like something that would look nice on camera with regards to quantity? That's the key question. How many would you always draw your eye to? Because just those stood there in this size with the Mohawk, and also I've got two more to add. That starts to get a little bit eye catching. So when you got all of those like that, but how many for an actual diorama would suit? We are running out of pieces. Two. Nearly going to put the wings on. We are nearly going to put the wings on. There Legos. I know there's some huge Star Wars fans, and obviously not so many. So it'd be interesting, actually, what people think of the new Ninjago set that I'm going to be doing. There we go. So I am looking at that right now. Which what I do like about the UCS Venator is that the little micro scale gunship that it has, and it's tiny, isn't it? Because what, 4 studs, and that's in proportion. So that's a scary thought. All right, 1 wing, 2 wing. All right, so amazingly, well, we're all wrong. Everybody's been wrong. I'm being wrong because I've been told the wrong facts. How do we think this goes in? We will be live insertion in a minute. That is not what I was expecting. And that was built a long time ago. So where do we think this puts in? Well, everybody was saying that it was the Star Wars the wand. It goes into the back. But you have got your Technic pins, if you spot it. Cornerstone, back. Welcome. Yeah, so we're about to put this bit in. Now, everybody was saying that it's to do with the white ones. And if they move out and whatever and do different bits and pieces and yada, yada, yada. I don't think I can. But on the I can't turn around enough. What am I going to? So on the very inside, I move the Mohawk. Oh, it's got some weight. Up at the top there's 3 pins, which I never put 2 and 2 together for, to be honest, originally. Never. It's pretty laggy. Oh, is it? Hang on. This might help. Is that better? Hopefully that should be better. Hopefully that's not as laggy. Fingers crossed it's not. Unless it's just completely kicked everything off and we got to this point where I'm about to put things in and it looks like it's crashed. Well, that's annoying. Well, anticlimax that was. Is it working or not? I don't know if it's working. Maybe not. I've shut down all the tabs. Okay. Well, that'd be problems my end then. That'd be problems my end. Okay, well, we'll end it here then because it's just going to get worse because of the weather. And then we will. I don't know what to do, to be honest. I'll give it another couple of seconds and see if it works or not. Because I don't know if it's the software, YouTube, or me, because the weather is very bad. So even though all the cables and stuff are underground, but we have literally just gone from double digits all the way down to 1 person. So I don't know if something's not working YouTube's end, or I don't know. I don't know. Oh, what a shame. So yes, to answer your question, if it still works, there is a Technic pin that goes in on the side just there. And then that's where it pings in too. So it literally does, I'm assuming, just does that. And it goes in. Simple. Simple and as easy as that. And then it looks like it sits underneath the wings. Just that. So that takes up no room. No room whatsoever. Yeah, not too sure. Not too sure what it's done. I'm not going to delete it, but it just depends on how it works. How it works fine. So, but yeah, you can see that bit is on. You see that bit's in. See that bit's there. There we go. It's a bit of an anticlimax to the thing. It's always going to happen to me though. Always, always, always. But yeah, that is it. So I guess I'll mess around with the minifigures. If it's lagging, there's no point me trying to share the screen for anything or anything like that. So we'll wrap it up, because if I drag it on too long and it crashes, we'll lose the whole stream. So rather than taking the risk of it crashing, we'll end it there. Keep your eyes peeled for the full obviously review video, and I'll go into into detail and all that kind of thing. So it's done, it's finished, it's in, and it's on. So there is nothing else to do apart from just adding a couple of minifigures and adding a couple of details and all that kind of thing. So I will end it. We will go live again either to could well do, yeah. Go live, depend either tomorrow or Thursday. And if it's Thursday, we will be doing the Ninjago thing, which I'll try. I'm not too sure why it's not happy. If I share this, it's just probably not going to want to know. Or is it want to know? I don't know. I don't know if it's now working again or not. So this is going to be the next build. So we're going to be building up the markets next, which is nice and exciting. And I cannot wait to be able to tuck into this. We've covered all the bits and pieces at the start of the video with regards to what's available on sale and all those other little bits and pieces. But I will wrap it up now, because I've got a very, very funny feeling it's all going to crash and go horrendously wrong. So guys, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Sorry that was cut at such short notice. I was hoping now to go through all the bits and pieces, share all the stuff on the LEGO website and all that kind of thing, but clearly it's not going to work properly. I do not want to risk it, but it's in. That's how the giveaway build goes in. The giveaway's done. Start of this live stream, I've covered all the bits and pieces for the little bits and pieces, and I'll catch up with everybody either Tuesday or Thursday. So thank you very much, everybody. You take care, and I hope to catch you all on the next one. Bye.